I'm telling you, bro. There's nothing really wrong with being a copycat. You just got to know the right cat to copy. What is going on, everybody? How are y'all doing? What's up to everybody coming into the chat? Raging Red, I Danny, Super Duck, Leon, Link. Let's go. Before we get into this video, if you enjoy the content, you want to support your boy, you want to game with your boy every single day, become a sponsor, patreon.com/Obi1Plays, and you get on my friend list, you get to game, you join a great gaming community. What's up, dudes? All right, let's talk about Sony's next move in the gaming industry. Johnny, what's up in the main chat? Johnny Live, what's up to the sponsors? I see Anthony, Cosby, Sid Master in the voice chat. I'm going to hop into the voice chat towards the end of the video and just hang out. What's up? What's up, everybody? How are y'all doing? Jared, Christian, L2, Anime. Let's go get it. All right, dudes, if you're just now tuning in, click that thumbs up. Let's get this video over 100 likes for this stream, and we need a new sponsor this stream. So if you want to support your boy, drop that $5, become a sponsor. Replace Doctor as the newest sponsor. All right, dudes. Now, here we go. Sony, it's no question, they're coming out with another console. The PlayStation 4 is selling like hotcakes. It's selling like hotcakes. Now, I see dudes saying that Sony's already said they're not interested in another handheld. Bro, this Nintendo doesn't even market the Switch as a handheld. Nintendo markets the Switch as a home console. And I think Sony is going to be doing the same thing. Watch this, bro. Watch this. Here's the evidence. First, PlayStation 4 is selling like crazy. What do you mean by saying know who to copy from? They copy Nintendo. They're going to copy Nintendo. Watch the evidence. Watch my great creative thinking, a deductive mind. First, PlayStation 4 is selling like crazy still right now. Huge game, God of War 4 is about to launch, and so I really don't see Sony right now coming out with a new system to replace the momentum of the PlayStation 4, which is still selling like crazy. The PlayStation 4 Pro, in my opinion, is still in its infancy. That God of War 4 edition is coming out in 2 days. Your boy's gonna be getting it. So hype on. The PlayStation 4 Pro just came out, and it's an incremental upgrade from the PlayStation 4. Can still play the same games, and a lot of PlayStation 4 owners, and for a lot of PlayStation 4 Pro owners, are going to feel burned, I tell you, if Sony drops an all-new console this year, even next year. I do not see a PlayStation 5 this year or even next year. It's too early. It's too early for a PlayStation 5, in my opinion. Sony still trying to market and push that PlayStation 4 Pro. And I think their off-spin initiative right now is PlayStation VR. PlayStation VR is doing a decent job. It's doing. I don't know what the sales are, and I'm not really interested in the VR right now. There has to be a good game that'll draw me in. What's up to everybody coming into the chat? Let's give this video a thumbs up. So, oh, Heavy G, yes. Bro, I couldn't download the game last night. I'm going to try to download it today. We got to get on that Dirt 4, Heavy G. I'm getting Dirt 4. I'm going to be putting Dirt 4 in the rotation with the sponsors. So if you got a PlayStation and you want to game with your boy in Dirt 4 is on sale. I blame you, Heavy G. You distracted me. Dirt 4 is on sale on the PlayStation right now for like 14 bucks. Like crazy deals are going on right now. But back to the topic at hand. PlayStation is selling like crazy. PlayStation 4 is selling like crazy. PlayStation 5, I don't see it coming out because the PlayStation 4 Pro still too early. And I really don't think technology as far as gaming, what are they going to do with the games? Like when the PlayStation 5 comes out, the games are just going to be exclusive and no backwards compatibility. I think it's too soon. This is why I think Sony's gonna eventually copy Nintendo. Bro, y'all remember? Let me put the image up. Let me put the image up. Y'all remember this image? Anybody in the main chat know what this picture is of? Anybody remember? Anybody? Yes, Steven Doucette. I really do think there's not going to be a PlayStation 5 for maybe 3. I say 3 to 4 years. You say 4 to 5. At least 3 or 4 years. I think we're about 4 years out from a PlayStation 5. But does anybody know what this is a picture of? Bro, this is Sony's PlayStation CEO, Shuei Yoshida, at the Nintendo Switch presentation conference taking pictures. Do you think he was just being a tourist and just admiring Nintendo Switch? No. He was. What's up, little guy? You want to come out? Okay, hold on. Let me open the door for myself. He was taking pictures of the Nintendo Switch, the presentation. Yeah, that's right, Jared. That's Sony's CEO. Bro, there's a reason why he was taking pictures and there at the Switch presentation. Because they have ideas. Now, the PlayStation Vita. PlayStation Vita was a dope console. Rob Morris, what's up, Obi? Show them the blueprint. The PlayStation Vita was a dope console. I had a Vita, but it didn't have the software to support the console. I think the biggest problem with the Vita was it was trying to imitate a console experience, but it was of a lesser quality as a console. It didn't have 4 trigger buttons. The Switch has 4 trigger buttons. The games didn't look as good as the console counterparts. I think Nintendo's doing a good job with the Switch, giving us a console experience on the go. This is what I think Sony's going to be doing. The PlayStation, whatever Sony's next portable console, I do think they're going to come out with another handheld console, but they're not going to market it as a handheld console. It's going to be a PlayStation 4, but they're going to dub it something. The PlayStation 4 Go. I don't know if they want to use Go because Go has sort of a bad connotation based on what has happened in the past. I think it's going to be a PlayStation 4 on par with the PlayStation 4. I think technology's there where they can have a handheld system that has the same quality graphics as a PlayStation 4. It's going to be on par with the PlayStation 4. And unlike the Vita, which just it didn't feel as comfortable, one thing I give credit, where's my Switch? Bro, this feels comfortable to play. The four triggers, the placement of the buttons, the Switch feels comfortable. I think this is one of the reasons why the Switch is doing so well. It feels you can really have a console experience on the go with the Switch. Sony is going to come out with a handheld. They're not going to call it a handheld. They say they have no interest in a handheld. But it's going to also be able to connect to your TV, where you could play at home as well. They're going to cram everything in a PlayStation 4 into a handheld system. And you're going to be able to play all the same games, but on the go or at home. I think technology has caught up. Producer JTH says a PlayStation Fusion could very well be the PlayStation Fusion, but I think that's that's their only choice right now. They can't come out with the PlayStation 5 right now. It's way too soon for a PlayStation 5, bro. Way too soon. Too many PlayStation 4 Pro owners would get burned. And just like Sony has always done, let me get my 3DS. I got a whole bunch of. I got every single Nintendo handheld system. 3DS. Man, it's been a while since I touched this thing. What Sony did was the Vita was more powerful than the 3DS. I think, again, Sony's going to make their handheld. I keep saying handheld, but they're going to also have it a home console. And it's going to be more powerful than the Switch and be able to play. The screen's probably going to be a 1080p screen, and it's going to be able to play. Oh, man, they need to bring back Mod Nation Racers, bro. Mod Nation Racers was cool. It wasn't on the Mario Kart level, but it was cool, the track design. They're going to have it on par with the PlayStation 4, and they're going to try to nail a home console experience. The Vita, a lot of dudes are saying, oh, the Vita was a failure, the Vita was a flop. Bro, the Vita was wildly successful in Japan. The Vita was successful in Japan. Also, if you click subscribe, your name will appear on the stream. The Vita was successful in Japan. Why? The Japanese like a portable gaming. Japan is big on portable gaming. The West is more big on console gaming. And so that's where I think the key, where the Vita failed, the Vita didn't really nail a home console experience. The next Sony system, the PlayStation 4 Go, I'm naming it right now. The PlayStation 4 is still going to be the 4. They're still not letting go of the 4 brand. You have the PlayStation 4 Pro, the PlayStation 4 Slim, PlayStation 4 base model. The next thing is going to be another PlayStation 4. So they're not going to say it's their next gen system. It's going to be a PlayStation 4, but it's going to be, they're going to market it in the West as a home console. That's what I think Nintendo did so well in the West. They marketed it, the Switch, as a home console first and foremost. This is a handheld device. I don't care what how Nintendo tries to spin it, what anyone says. This is not a home console. This is a handheld device, but Nintendo marketed this as a home console, with Sony saying that we're not going to release a handheld device. We have no interest, but we're taking pictures of the Switch. They're going to release their next device as they're going to brand it as a home console, but it's going to be portable. PlayStation 4 Go. You heard it here first. Let me see what you guys are saying. PS Vita had a really good OLED stream, says producer JTH, but they downgraded it Yeah, yeah, I had both, man. I had the OG Vita and the new one. I gave it away to a subscriber. I gave away my Vita and a subscriber. I wasn't playing it anymore. They stopped. They stopped supporting it. They stopped releasing games for it. And, bro, dudes are saying, um, um, Sony's gonna copy Nintendo in some regards. The Switch copied what Sony was already doing. In some, don't get me wrong. I don't think Nintendo copied Sony, but in some regards, they took some concepts. With the Vita, you can play your PlayStation 4 games on the go over the Wi-Fi internet, and so it still had the ability to do it. But Nintendo nailed it with 2-in-1 perfectly. Sony had an inkling of they were moving in that direction with the Vita, but it didn't come to fruition. Another bold prediction. Do not be surprised if out of nowhere at E3 this year, Sony announces a PlayStation 4 Go. Same power, same specs as a PlayStation 4, but you can play it on the go for $300. All right, y'all calling me crazy, but watch, it can happen. That way, it won't. PlayStation 4 Pro owners won't feel burned, and no one will really feel burned because it's an all-new device in of itself. Michael Richardson says Sony always copies Nintendo. They do. They do. And so that's why I think it's going to happen. All right, please do, and your name should appear in the stream. Thanks, Scott. That's Sin Master. Thanks, dude. Stormy and Cold says the PlayStation Vita wasn't powerful enough to offer what they wanted to. On top of this, multi-plats cost the same as PlayStation 4, but Vita versions were worse looking. Stuff like Mortal Kombat. You're right, Stormy. And that's the point I'm trying to make. One of the failures with the Vita is they tried to make it a home console experience on the go, but it wasn't as good. Just think, all of your current games on your PlayStation 4 will automatically transfer over to this PlayStation 4 Go. It's going to sell like crazy even in the West. Whatever handheld they come out is going to sell like crazy in Japan. But it's going to also sell crazy in the West if the software is universal. If they can manage to somehow squeak out a 1080p 60 frames per second handheld device, it's going to do good. Or speculation, just based on what I think, Kevin. It would be as powerful as a PlayStation 4 says Crash and Bailey. Yeah, I think that'll be their only choice. PlayStation 5 2020. Yeah, PlayStation 5 is at least 3 years out. I'm saying 3 or 4 years out for the PlayStation 5. 70 to 80% power, the base PS4. I think it needs to be on par with a base PlayStation 4. I think technologists, just think, when did the PlayStation 4 come out? Bro, the PlayStation 4 came out in what? 2012? Was it 2012? Bro, we're 6 years into the PlayStation 4. I think the chipset and the cost is cheap enough to crank out one at $300. I think so. I think they could manage it. $300, $350 the most. But if they want to compete directly with the Switch, I think it'll have to be at least $300. At least $300. It'll fail because Nintendo already won the competition. I have to say this, bro. Nintendo, the Switch is killing it. Don't get me wrong. Great system. Love my Switch. But Sony is still the console leader this generation. No one has caught the PlayStation 4. And the PlayStation 4 is still winning in global sales globally, bro. You don't believe me? Let's go to VG charts. I showed this yesterday in the stream. Globally, the PlayStation 4 is still winning. This is the most recent VG charts. PlayStation 4 globally is at 243,000. And for the same week, the Switch was at 220. And so the PlayStation 4 still has a sizable lead over the Switch, even though the PlayStation 4 is a 6-year-old console. So Sony's consoles always kill it in the market. But my thoughts, I'm going to hop into the voice chat with the sponsors too. Say what's up to the sponsors.
Pokemon.
Again,
Pokemon.
if you dudes want to become a sponsor and game with your boy every single day, join a great gaming community, patreon.com/Obi1Plays, and become a $5 sponsor. You'll love it.
He just super viewed
What's
himself.
up? What's up, dudes?
How you doing?
What's up?
Oh, I wasn't finished my point, so I had to mute myself. But just talking, really a speculation video of Sony's next move. And I said this before. I think it's too early for a PlayStation 5. I think their next logical step, in my opinion, would be a PlayStation 4 on the go type system. Anybody have any thoughts?
Won't work.
Go ahead. Anthony says it won't work. Why won't it work, Anthony?
Now you said something.
And I'm gonna counter it. Why it would work?
They got the PSP, the PS Vita. You see how after the Vita came out, it wasn't that good.
And I say this though, the Vita was still crazy successful in Japan. You go to a gaming store now in Japan, they still have Vitas.
Well, come to America, y'all can have.
Yeah, that's the thing in America, because Americans are bigger on the home console front. If they can do what Nintendo did and market it as a home console first, that you can also take on the go, I think it'll appeal to a wider Western audience. So I wouldn't necessarily. I think it's possible. And I think just the fact that your boy Shuya Yoshida was scoping out the Nintendo Switch and taking pictures of it, I think Sony is cooking up something that can, even if maybe even the PlayStation 5 may have some kind of portable home console aspect to it. Who knows? But I think Sony sees something with the Switch, and Sony has a record, and I'm gonna let you go, Cosby. Sony has a record of if they see something that's successful, they're gonna copy it.
Like my mixtape.
A lot of this talk of them having no interest in the handheld business, they see how the Switch is doing. At the end of the day, Sony is a business and they want to make money. They copied the Wii remotes when they saw that was taking off. They copied Nintendo on numerous other things, and so even with the Vita, they copied it with the portable gaming. I wouldn't rule them out just yet. But go ahead, Cosby, what were you saying, bro?
I'll say this: they'll surpass the Switch if they can voice chat on the console itself, like they already have.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my gosh! All we'll have is games at that point.
Yeah, I think if they could, and this is going to be important. This is where the Vita failed in the West. It didn't nail a home console experience. It was just considered a portable device, which was cool in Japan because Japan loves that. But if they could nail the same exact experience on the PlayStation 4 on the go, I think it'll compete. I think it'll compete.
But then people would have to buy a whole new console.
Yeah,
the people that have PlayStation 4s.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, but,
I don't know if it'd be a pro or a con or whatever you want.
Yeah, you're right. It would be. But I think they'll have to sell it that you could also take your PlayStation 4 on the go. But I think a sweeter selling point, and then I'm gonna let you go, KT. Just what you said, Raw. If you could transfer all of your games over, I think that'll be a sweet deal where you're not starting from scratch again. Where bam, I have all of my games, but now I can take them anywhere. I think that'll be a sweet deal. But what were you saying, KT?
What I think is going to happen is, Sony's always riding the coattails of Nintendo's success. There's a new patent. I saw specs for it yesterday for the Switch. New hardware where you can transfer information from one Switch to the other by like touching.
Yeah, I did that from screen to screen. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I bet you anything, Nintendo may patent that, but if they somehow, if Sony puts that onto the idea of their new console, I bet that'll sell like crazy too. If they put a new spin on it.
Yeah. They have to, and they can't just outright copy. They have to do something to improve upon it or give us a reason to also get it. So yeah, I agree. Anybody else have any thoughts? I'm gonna read some of the comments in the main chat too. Yeezix, and I'm gonna holler at Thugs. Yeezix Heart GX Animation says exactly. They copied most of Nintendo's ideas. Yeah. They've been known for doing that. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But I think that's the next logical step. Thugs, what's up, dude?
I want to grab the brand new Sony Change. That's the name of it. And they got Happy Kind.
And so he dubbed it, instead of the Nintendo Switch, it's gonna be called the Sony Change. I've heard names like the Sony Swap too, but Sony Switch. I mean the Sony Change. Make it happen, Sony. You heard the homie Thugs.
I bet you anything that the higher ups at Sony and Microsoft see what Nintendo's doing. They're smacking each other. Why can't you think of something like this?
Oh yeah, all the time. Nintendo's always sets the trends, and then the industry follows. So I'm telling you, man, I just really think that's their next logical step, in my opinion. I think it's too soon for just a more powerful console. I think we're about 3 more years out from a PlayStation 5, 2 or 3.
Didn't they already have patents for a portable?
Yeah, I think they always do, but a lot of the patents, sometimes the patents don't come into fruition. But I just think it's gonna happen, man. I just think, yeah. So if anybody else, if no other thoughts, I'm actually coming right back on. I'm gonna play some 2K on the PlayStation 4. I want to level up I want to do my face scan. I want to see how the face scan works in the game. King Taz, what's up, dude?
What up, Obi?
I'm chilling, broski. What you up to, man?
Doing some early morning gaming, that's all.
Ah, cool. What you playing, man?
Attack on Titan. I'm trying to grind this character, finish this character up.
Cool, dude. I just watched another episode last night, Attack on Titans. Good stuff, bro.
Hey.
Oh man, you actually getting into the anime?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm like 6 episodes in, bro. I'm caught up on Dragon Ball. Yeah. Thugs, you crazy, bro. Bring it ahead.
But I think my opinion on Sony is they too ahead of their time. Like they try to do too much with their system. They just stick to the core gaming and they might be all right.
Yeah. And so that's what I say. If they just duplicate a PlayStation 4 experience on the go, if they nail that, I think it'll appeal to more dudes in the West.
I think that's why Nintendo's doing so well right now, because they're so simple with their design.
Yeah. And if there's a way where they can make it to work with, if you currently have a PlayStation 4, where the two consoles somehow work together, where it enhances the experience somehow to further sell it. I think that's always possible. One second, Johnny, and then Raw. Go ahead, Johnny. Johnny was saying something. I cut him. Were you saying something, Johnny?
I really like my reader. Like the reader was they made them bad. Like that whole the whole memory card thing. You had to buy their own special memory card, and they was like $100.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Like, I think that was a really big deal for people. People were like, I gotta buy this high.
Yeah.
Memory card was half the amount of this when you can get other SD cards for like $20-$30.
Yeah.
The only card was like $120.
You're right, bro. Yeah. Because the Vita.
I think that was a big deal.
Yeah. With the Vita, like I think the price point was reasonable. But then you had to buy like a proprietary memory card and all this other stuff, and it just added up at the end. So yeah, they need to cut all that out, bro.
They try to be ahead of. They try to get ahead of themselves on that one.
Yeah. So we'll see. What'd you say, Cosby?
Said Raw was next.
Yeah. What's up, Raw? What were you saying, Raw?
My final thought is I mean, PlayStation been hitter since day one. Of their release. No matter what they come out with, it's gonna sell. No matter if it sells in America or if it's big in Japan. It don't even matter what they come out with at this point. Somebody gonna buy it.
You're right. Yeah, because I say this, dudes are like, Nintendo has a loyal fan base. I would argue the PlayStation Nation is even more loyal, man. I mean, Sony consoles always kill it. I don't know why. I sort of know why, but they just do a great job, and they have the best naming marketing. Just a number, the next larger number. It's very simple.
Like
You got a PlayStation 5. We know that it's going to be called the PlayStation 5, and we know it's the next best console. With Nintendo, we go from the 64, GameCube, Wii U, like it's different every time. Even Xbox, the Xbox One, that was a little confusing. What? That's your first console? No, it should be the Xbox 2 or 3 or whatever. And so Sony just keeps it simple. And it works. It works, man.
The next Xbox will be called Xbox Pie.
There you go. Xbox 3.1.4. Bro, I told you, bro. I ain't playing. Yeah. And bro, I ain't even mean to turn. Bro, one thing they need to change, but I think they did change it with the Pro. Bro, I didn't even mean to turn on my PlayStation to stream. I was picking up a controller and my hand just like grazed over the front of the system. I hate that, man. I hate it. My system is too sensitive, this power button. That's what I heard. It's a physical button. This one is like a touch, like a panel. I didn't even mean to turn it on and it turned on. But
got something for you.
What you say, Cosby?
Just a little fun fact. I see you're transitioning to PS4. I'll let you know this.
Go ahead, Cosby.
In Japan, there are more pre-order sales for Nintendo Labo than God of War. That's it.
Oh, yeah. In Japan, you know that. And don't get me wrong, the Labo is gonna sell like crazy. It's gonna sell like crazy. But I think it's.
Okay.
But I don't think. But I don't think the same fan base that's getting God of War is not gonna be the same fan base that's getting Labo. Two completely different fan bases.
Different fan.
Yeah. So I think they're both gonna be successful. April 20th. It's gonna be a great day for gaming.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up my PS4 tomorrow at 9 p.m.
Bro, yeah, I'm gonna call Best Buy to see how they're doing it too, bro. They better be able to do it midnight, man. Bro, they better, bro. They'll play it by.
It's a fine paying off.
Yeah.
Come at 9 tomorrow picking up.
Yeah. I need to give them a call. I'm glad you said that. I need to see how they're gonna do that, bro. I want my system. But if not, I'll be there first thing in the morning, bro. First thing, bro. But yeah, what's up, bro? We're just chilling right now, bro.
So I decided to get Labo. Can I pre-order it on eShop?
Raw, you just threw me for a loop, bro. Stop lying, bro. You ain't getting no Labo.
You know, I can't all that trade.
That dude said he did. Even when he said you decided to pre-order it, I know you lying.
He tried to get it on the eShop.
Is it even gonna be in the eShop?
That'll be hard to do. I don't know. I haven't. I don't know. No, if there's nothing on there right now, I don't think it wouldn't make sense because you need the physical cardboard.
Well, no,
no cardboard.
They have our shipping addresses on our Nintendo account, so if we purchase it, they could technically ship it out to our address.
There you go, bro.
You know how hard that's gonna be to buy in 20 years from now? You're gonna be like, bro, we done ran out of cardboard.
No, cardboard's always gonna be here, bro. As long as you got trees, we're gonna have cardboard. But real quick, Trouble Boy, can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, whatever.
I'm chilling, bro. Thanks for coming by, dude. How you doing, man?
Yeah, man. Not bad. Chilling.
Awesome, dude. You got any thoughts on Sony's next portable system, or do you think they're gonna even have one, or?
Are they gonna make it big enough so you can fit the CD in?
Oh, that is true. What if you have all your games physically on your PlayStation? That's where I think they need to figure out something where it could work with your current PlayStation somehow. But yeah, you're right, bro. I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good.
I mean, I play Sony the most, so I'm hoping they do come out with something like that.
Okay, so you got a PlayStation 4?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Have I added you?
Not yet, nope.
Bro, add me on the PlayStation. XXO.
Oh.
I put it in the lobby code chat for you.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean in the friend code chat. I think it's up there. I put it in there. But yeah, what's up?
I'll check it out.
I'm putting it in there now. But what's up, thugs?
Man, honestly, I don't want Sony to come out with a portable. I kind of like the fact that Nintendo has their own lane. I want them to be 100% control of that and let everybody enjoy it the way it's supposed to be done.
Yeah. I feel you on that, thugs. But that's what always happens. Nintendo tries to carve out their own lane, and then everybody else drives into that lane. Why I say that? Yeah. Nintendo always sets the trend, and then others copy. The Wii.
Everything.
That's where we got the PlayStation Move from, because Nintendo tried to do their own thing, and then Sony, sure enough, did it. Even the Game Boy. Nintendo doing their own thing. Sega with the Game Gear. Sony with the PlayStation.
Even the L and R buttons from the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, always. Nintendo's always been the trendsetter, and then Sony copies. Sometimes they do it better. Sometimes it's just, come on, bro. Just leave that to Nintendo. So it's going to be interesting. What's up, Cosby?
And I think this is what Trouble Boy was getting at.
Go ahead. Oh, that's it. PlayStation 5 portable. Okay. I don't know, bro. No, that wouldn't sell at all. That'll sell like 2 units. Ain't nobody buying that. It's going to have one of my biggest pet peeves with my Vita was only 2 shoulder buttons and the touch panel on the back. I hated that. I hated that. They're going to have to... Go ahead, Anthony.
You have to hold the Vita like a certain weird way.
Yeah, I hated that. They're going to have to nail the home console experience. That's going to be key in the West. I mean, they could do a rinse and repeat Vita in Japan, and it's going to sell like crazy like the Vita did in Japan. But if they want to get out of Japan and have it sell good in the West, they're going to have to do something more than that. Quiet Line. What's up, Quiet?
What's up, Opie?
Hey, I want to hear your thoughts on this whole issue. You have any thoughts?
Well, I don't know if they'd be able to do like a PS4 portable, just because like what Trouble Boy said about the discs, unless they have some kind of mechanic where you can just like download the games to that system like in a compressed format.
Yeah.
So so you could still do it that way. So I guess you could still have like PS4 games on the go, but if they were to do anything, I think it would be most likely with the PS5, just in my opinion.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. We're only tied to our opinion. Okay.
Yeah, they might have. I don't know if this would be even feasible or even like a smart business move, but they might have like a home console version and then like a portable version that everything is all tied together in one account, so you can still play like kind of like the Switch.
But I say this though. Now you say on a PlayStation 5 level, that's gonna to have it like your own separate processing power. On that level, I think that's going to be like crazy, because the PlayStation 5 in itself is going to be crazy. But to cram all that technology into a portable, that's going to be like $1,000, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
but I do hear what you're saying with the PlayStation 5. Now, since you mentioned the PlayStation 5, and I'm going to get to you, Anthony, when do you think a PlayStation 5 will come out? Quiet.
I would say... people have been saying, "Oh, it's coming this year." I don't think it's coming this year at all.
No, not me neither.
I would say at the earliest.
Even though I made a video saying PlayStation 5 2018, but don't believe me.
Right. Yeah.
Go ahead, Quiet.
Hey, that was, a speculation.
Yeah, it was based on the latest rumors, so I had to do it.
Right, exactly. So I don't fight for that.
Yeah.
But just for me, I would say the earliest would be holiday of next year.
Yeah.
Because that would be
2 years
a
out.
6-year life cycle, because the PS4 was in like November 2013.
That's
so
what I
November
thought. 2013. Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be like the normal 5, 6, 7 year life cycle. They could do it like in 2020. I think that would maybe be a little bit better, I guess, because the Pro was just released. What was it, last year?
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm about to get a Pro. They better give me at least 3 years with the system.
yeah, because you don't want your customer base to feel burned.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's what they have to look out for. And two, man, like I said, the PlayStation 4 is still killing it, man. It's still the global leader. As good as the Switch is doing, PlayStation 4 is still winning in global sales. So if the console is still going strong, I'm like, you don't want to almost shoot yourself in the foot on that regard too. But you don't want to pull one of the things I hated with Nintendo, that I'm gonna go to you thugs. I hated that Nintendo, they waited too long for the Wii. Like, the Wii was dead and we didn't have anything to play, man. until they came out with the Wii U. By the time the Wii U came out, the momentum for the Wii was so dead, man. I think Sony needs to not wait too long to where the PlayStation 4 is just completely dead. So they do have to balance that. Yeah. But go ahead, Thugs.
No, I'm saying that's probably why Nintendo's working on a new system to be so they're not outshined by Sony.
Yeah. But I have to say this: I wouldn't weigh too much into Nintendo working on a new system. Every time Nintendo, as soon as they release a new system, a couple months later they start working on a new system. So that could really mean anything. That rumor where it says they're working on a new system, because they're always doing that. They're always behind the scenes doing R&D, research and development, working on new systems. So, but we'll have to see. Man.
Hey, Elby.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
I gotta head out. I'm taking my son to the doctor.
All right, dude. Well, I'm about to head out too. I'm gonna hop back on for a separate gaming stream. So I'll be back on maybe in about half an hour or so, dudes.
Sounds great.
Sounds good.
All right, dudes. All right, guys. What do you guys think about the next PlayStation portable console? Sound off in the comment section below. I wanna know. But before you go, bro, click that subscribe button. Stay up to date. All things gaming. Bro, we out. Boy. Reggie, feed to me! Copycat.